Hey guys, welcome to what is probably going to be maybe known as Coffee Chats with Adele. I'm feeling all the cozy vibes this afternoon. I don't always indulge in a little extra coffee treat, but today I'm feeling it. I'm totally feeling it today, so why not? I did want to get on here and talk to you guys about a topic that I think is super important in the healing community. And if you know my story, I'm healing, dare I say, nearly healed, very well healed already from Lyme disease, co-infections, and other complications that come with that. I just abbreviate it and say Lyme disease, but it's kind of a huge picture that all entails. But as I'm walking that journey and will continue to walk it my whole life, I want to be healed. I want to be well. Every time I get on here, I feel like there's a hair that migrates. I have to remember where my inspiration and my intentionality comes from and who influences me daily. You know, it's been said that like the 5 people in your most inner circle are the people like you become the most like. I mean, it makes sense, right? The people you hang out with the most are the people you emulate and you start to become like. So keeping that thought in mind, I got to thinking back about how did I get to this place in my life? And I have so many people to be grateful for along the journey. But this topic is also kind of near and dear to my heart in terms of the top tier of people that have influenced my life and continue to do so. And I actually will be linking this to a blog post as well, and it will be in the description when that blog post is up and running and finalized, because I want to write it to do it justice as well, and you'll know why in a second. It'll make sense in a second. I also want to say that I realize this is a sensitive topic for some people, especially in the Lyme and chronic illness community, because not everyone has the luxury of feeling like they have that close-knit inner circle that's really cheering for them and rooting them on and has their best interest in mind. And I know that. I know that some people are struggling to just find one person that votes their victory and has their back. I want to tell you to find your people. I know that's easier said than done, but keep insisting on finding those people and don't settle for less than that. Doesn't mean go being rude to other people or, just ditching people left and right. You have to set your own boundaries though. And part of the healing journey is having boundaries that support your goals as well. And that surrounding yourself with negativity or stressful people impacts your health in a negative, stressful way. So I can't tell you what to do or not do and who to ditch or not ditch or what. I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying take a step back if you need to and see your circle of influence for what it is and go from there. And a licensed counselor, a trained therapist, very close confidants maybe even can help you walk through that process if you need assistance, okay? And I'm even here to talk about it. I don't necessarily have all the advice in the world or the perfect solution, but I'm here to talk about it. And I have indeed lost friends along the way. I've had family misunderstand me along the way. To this day, even some of my most influential, closest friends and family may not understand the journey the way I wish they would, but they are trying. And everyone's on their own journey too, them as well, with how they accept me and understand me within their world. So I wanted to start by saying that. But finding the circle of influence that promotes your healing, and I'm happy to be one of those people for you if you want, just reach out. That is a starting point to bigger and better things for your health and your life, even though it might seem trivial or hard or impossible. So all that to say, not to minimize it or trivialize it, I've been there in the hard spaces. I'm choosing to walk forward in the knowledge and the truth that the right circle is out there for me, and the right circle is there for me and will be there for me. And it's not a fleeting thing, and it's not a once in a lifetime opportunity. It is mine to have. And I vote that for all of you as well. So if you're watching this and you're in a hard time right now with your trust and circle and who inspires you and how you feel inspired by other people right now, let me be that voice that believes in you. Because I do. I believe in healing for everyone, and that includes not just physical healing, but emotional, spiritual, personal healing as well. So without further ado, that long disclaimer and caveat later, let me tell you about one of the number one influencers in my life and what that looks like. And that person is my mom. And I know it's like, oh, Adele, your mama. Yeah, that's so cute. No, it's not like that. I have a great relationship with my mom. That is true. My deep down love and inspiration for my mom comes from her fighting for me. And it's because of that I have branched out into Lyme coaching, because she went to bat for me when I couldn't for my own self. A couple reasons I couldn't. Number one, I was too sick to even care, to even do what I needed to do. If she hadn't been giving me my supplements, if she hadn't been cooking my food for me to help me through that. Now, granted, I was a teenager at the time when I was like, some of my sickest days were as a teenager. So I was living at home with my mom and my dad, and they were doing whatever they could to help me. But my mom, being a stay-at-home mom at the time, was the one making the phone calls to find the right doctors. And oh my word, she went through so many doctors to get answers and to get help for me. She believed me, maybe not 100% right at first, because it was so weird how sick I got. But I also knew she didn't think I was faking. She was trying to understand what was happening to me with limited knowledge and limited resources. I mean, this was like almost 20 years ago, guys. And even back then, she didn't stop until she found the people to help her help me. She increased her circle of influence to make sure I got answers and help, and ultimately started my healing journey way back then, even though we didn't really know what I was doing, even though I didn't even have my Lyme diagnosis when this started. Even though when I got my Lyme diagnosis, it went improperly treated at that time. Check my story. I will link it here, so I don't have to go through all of it right now, but I've written out the majority of my story already. And, my mom didn't let anything stop her getting answers for me to help me to the best of my ability, whether that meant looking at traditional medicine, alternative medicine options, homeopathy, alternative treatments like massage therapy and stuff like that. She went to bat for me step by step, slowly but surely, over the years even it took to get me to a place of healing in that stage of my life. I continued my healing journey in my adult life because I realized there was more to do at that point, and she still has had this whole time had my back and been a voice of encouragement to me, even though I'm no longer like under her roof and under her care specifically. But she showed me what advocacy looks like in the real world, when a doctor telling you to take ibuprofen and go for a walk every day isn't enough of an answer. So to my mama, I love you, Mom. But for more reasons than just the fact that you gave me life at one point in time, you continue to give me life my whole life. And because of that, I want to be an advocate like that for other people that don't have that in their life. And that is a large part of my purpose and passion, and my desire to offer Lyme coaching to people is because I learned from my mom and her ability to give life to my Lyme-ridden bones, to give me back a childhood I almost lost, years that I would have not even had. it's hard to talk about without getting emotional about it, because that is literally life. That is literally life-giving. So I had to get on here and share that really close to home journey with you, and encourage you to think about who would be some of your top, biggest, highest on your list influencers and inspirational people in your circle. You can totally share them in the comments, and I will celebrate them with you, because they're worth talking about, and they're worth acknowledging for all that they've done and all that they continue to do to make our lives truly worth living, truly inspired, truly full of healing and health and hope along the way. So cheers to you, Mom. Cheers to my mom, your moms, and all those who have walked the journey with you. And let's celebrate them together today.